Let's try full accel here. Whoa! That was very quiet. It accelerated very fast. All right, guys, today we are back at Audi Queensway and we are taking the Q8 E-Tron out for a virtual test drive. Now, one thing that I found cool about this E-Tron is just the charging flap. Press this button right here and it fully powers open to expose the charging flap for level 1 and level 2 charging. Click that back up and it powers in, so that's pretty cool. We've got aero wheels, it looks like. And another thing I noticed is the Audi badge at the front. You can tell, like, non-electric gas metals, it's like chrome badge at the front or it's blacked out. This is more like a flat one, and I'm not sure, but it looks like these are LED lights that would light up at nighttime. Looks like there's a plug here for the front camera, but this one doesn't have that option. You can tell the grille doesn't allow as much airflow through it because it's not necessary with electric drivetrains. Is this a plug on this side too? You can plug in the car on either side. Looks like this one's only level 1 and level 2, not level 3 like the other side. But that's amazing how you could literally charge the car on either side. I haven't seen another manufacturer who offers that. The side skirt along the bottom here is pretty interesting. Got some Hankook wheels. Coming around to the trunk area, like it imprints the E-Tron at the back here. We still have the Q8 logo. Is this LED light at the back as well? We have a privacy cover. You can push this in and up. One thing I appreciate is the handle here for dropping the rear seats, which is nice. Let's see, down here we have an inflatable spare tire. Lots of cargo room with the Q8, full powered tailgate. Coming around into the back seat, we got comfort door access on the back. Compared to the gas model Q8, doesn't look like these seats are adjustable back and forth, but we got plenty of room in here with lots of leg room. Looks like a rear climate control zone, 2 USB-C ports, and a large panoramic glass sunroof at the top. Let's hop into the driver's cockpit. Let's get on the road and go for a drive. Wow, even before you enter an Audi Q8 E-Tron Quattro, that's pretty cool to see. Coming into the driver's cockpit, one thing I actually like about this car that I haven't experienced on any other Audi or any other car, we got the start button down there, but it's the transmission shifter. You have this hand rest area, perfect spot to rest your hand, especially if anybody's used to driving a manual transmission. But this is right here, the transmission toggle. So in other Audis, usually they have the whole shifter, they have a whole toggle, and in other cars there's different ways, but this is like a little hidden one where this like rotates off the side, and now we're in drive. That's amazing, I like that. A little bit of E-Tron on the dash. We have similar display screen here with the other Audis that I've seen. Central display screen, climate control menu down at the bottom here, which is still a display screen, so still electronic and a little bit snappy on the button controls. Looks like we have the full digital gauge cluster. We'll play around with the infotainment system in a little bit. We'll get on the road. We'll do some highway driving for you guys. We'll do a little bit of city driving so you guys have an idea of what the 2024, I forgot to mention, this is a 2024 Audi Q8 E-Tron. So I'll give you guys a feel of what it is like to drive. A little hot in here. I do want to play around with the infotainment or the gauge cluster. We're going to hit view here, see how we adjust. So it's a little bit different from the other Audis that I've been in. It looks like we do have automatic brake hold with this, but I'm not sure if that's like regen braking or anything like that. Click over here. So now we have the map view on the left hand side. Looks like we're cycling through and it changes what we see on the left. We're gonna safely make our way through this intersection here, and then we're gonna get onto the highway. Pickup's pretty good on this thing. I mean, it's electric, so I'd expect it to be decent. Let's try full accel here. Whoa! That was very quiet. It accelerated very fast. Now, I've definitely been in faster electric cars than that, but that was, I don't know. Yeah, it's like kind of what I would expect. No transmission shifting. I guess that's similar to maybe a V8 version of this vehicle would be. Just the mirrors here. It feels very similar to the gas version Audi Q8 that I test drove the last time I was at Audi Queensway. you guys are interested in that video, just click the link in my description below. Don't forget, if you guys are in the Toronto marketplace and you're looking to purchase an Audi, feel free to reach out to Audi Queensway. Sales manager Saad there is a great guy. He'll hook you up with the best salesperson in the dealership to your personality. So make sure you give him an email, let him know that you watched this video and you're interested in purchasing either this Audi Q8 E-Tron or any other Audi, and he'll help you out there. Let's get back into the drive. The suspension, the car does feel heavy, a little floaty over those bumps, but it's nice. And let's talk about the steering wheel. I have not experienced any other Audi steering wheel like this. There's like two massive holes right here and like the flat bottom. Usually the steering wheels will come along the bottom. I like this design. It's much different from anything else that I've experienced. I like the navigation, how it's like a satellite view. It gives you like the dirt and the grass and the trees and everything when you're getting closer. So I do like how Audi's navigation system is. And I love when you try to search and you're on the road, it recognizes that you're driving and doesn't give you the keyboard. But down here, the climate control menu turns into a drawing pad where I can just draw in where I want to go. Audi Queensway comes up. Looks like their charging station is what the screen is showing here. There's a nice little click every time you click on the screen. It's like click click, notifying, registering that you have made that that touch. So I like that. Wow. Okay. Oh, that got going a lot faster than I wanted to there. This car accelerates very quickly, very smooth. There's no noise on the inside. There's no engine noise, very minimal road noise. You don't really hear anything with the electrics. There's a little bit of an electric pitch that you can hear, but I'm sure as soon as the radio's on, it will completely wipe that out. And then we can also scroll for the gauge cluster. I'm scrolling here and it just looks like it's zooming in and out on the map. What does that button do? So map, last destination, favorites, map orientation, automatic zoom. So it looks like that's just going into map settings. If I click it over here, nothing. Media source, car. So it looks like that button is, you know, each one is dependent. View, we have full map view. This view. So basically either like full map view, I guess if we're on map, if we're on telephone. So depending on which option you're at, and then you have two different view variants for that option. Me personally, I like the map one. I like how the whole gauge cluster can become the map. Got nobody behind me. We're just gonna test out the brakes here. Very good brakes for how heavy the car is. It's a little bit more of an accel. It's not one of those electric cars where it hits really hard. I actually appreciate how smooth it is. So on a lot of other electric cars, it can be a really jerky motion because you accelerate so fast instantly, where this one seems to have a little bit of a delay in that electric power, and it's not as instant as electric cars can be. But I'm appreciating that because honestly, you drive some of these other electric cars and it makes you nauseous with how fast that they actually accelerate right off the rip. Not too much body roll around the corner. You can certainly feel how much heavier the car is while you're going into those corners. Another interesting thing on this car is after you have this holder here for your hand, which is like a good grip, you can really get your fingers in there, it just like drops down and there's so much space in here. Looks like a cup holder and then just like additional storage space for like random knickknacks. So one thing I would say is most other cars do provide you with two firm cup holders right around this area, where this one just looks like it has one that drops down there. There is a cover where you can just completely hide your cup holder away. Two USB-C ports there, and then there's a little bit of additional storage in the center console there. Very small center console because you have this massive open area right here. So that's one thing that's interesting, because most of their cars will usually have the two cup holders generally in this area. I like the vents design. They're kind of put into the dashboard, not sticking out too much. Nice red light here to let you know the doors are locked. would say your seat positionings to save your memory seats is like all the way down over here, which is either a good thing or a bad thing, because if you think about it, how often do you actually use those buttons? But on the flip side, if you are somebody who uses them often, they're kind of far out of the way for you to use. Now, this car is saying that we're just above 50% battery and we got about 205 kilometers of range. So I mean, with that logic, this car should get about 400 kilometers of range, where compared to some of the other ones on the market, it's kind of like right in the middle. I know with the BMW we would be comparing to the iX, their full electric SUV. They have a 40 variant to 350 kilometers, and then their 50 variant is 500 kilometers. So this kind of, this looks like it's fitting somewhere in the middle between that BMW variants. Definitely that electric sound on D-cell. Coming out, we need to get up to speed pretty quickly. Like, it gets up quick, but I love how smooth that quickness is. It's not pushing my head all the way to the back of the headrest. It's still very smooth. I appreciate that. Taking this on-ramp at 60 kilometers, you can start to feel the G-force is pushing. Very short on-ramp there. We do have cruise control. Now that's one thing with the Audis. Every single Audi that I've test drove so far, they always seem to have the cruise control toggle down here. I always say with this steering wheel, there's a complete cutout here. So it's been a little bit easier to find the cruise control stick compared to other cars. You can see the blind spot activating there on the mirror. So unlike a lot of other manufacturers, they put it inside the mirror. It's on the mirror cap, which is a lot more noticeable. So like I was saying, the cruise control is here. It's like sticks forward, but isn't forward cancel. So I don't know. And if you want speed, you want to go up, and you can see it small down there. Don't seem to have the radar sensing cruise control on this unit. I believe that is an option to purchase with Audi. Audi or Audi? Do you guys pronounce it Audi or Audi? If you, whichever one you do, let me know in the comments down below how you guys pronounce it, because I'm interested to know. Program, so that's the garage door opener button. We'll play around with the infotainment system a little bit more once we get off the highway here. Oh, the Subaru is ripping. I'm quite impressed with how comfortable this is and how smooth that the electric power has been. I know certainly on the BMW, like, especially when you accelerate from a complete stop, it's very harsh. It accelerates hard, hits the whole drivetrain very hard, and then as soon as you let off the gas, it goes into the regenerative braking. Now I have noticed we're just coasting here. There isn't any regenerative braking right now. Now I know with BMW you can go through and you can adjust those settings, so I wonder if that is similar with the Audi here, if we can adjust our regenerative braking settings. I will say the touchscreen, it's a little snappy with the sound that you get, but it doesn't seem to go into the next menu very quickly. I have Audi Drive Select, so maybe because we've been in comfort mode the whole time, or if we go into dynamic mode, maybe I'll make it a little bit harsher with the acceleration. A little bit more instant power. We're almost back. We got a little bit for dynamic drive. Can we adjust our ride height on the fly? Not available with the current speed. Charging settings. That's not anywhere for regenerative braking. Vehicle data, efficiency assist. Maybe it's in here. Recuperation, automatic. Recuperation manual. What's the difference? So we do have the ambient lighting on the inside. It's going to be virtually impossible to see. We can see it up along the door panel here in the area, dashboard area. Looks like it's along the center strip here. Daylight time, it's pretty much impossible to see though. Yeah, I mean, even in dynamic mode, it doesn't, the acceleration is still very smooth. It just goes a little bit faster for you. All right, we are pulling back into Audi Queensway. So once again, if you guys are in the Toronto marketplace and you're looking to purchase an Audi, make sure you guys reach out to Audi Queensway. Use the email down at the bottom below the description. Let them know that you guys watched my video and that you guys are reaching out to purchase an Audi. It helps me out. Smash the like button, helps me out with YouTube's algorithm. And we do have, I believe, a parking assist button on this car. Let's see here. What are we in? We are in drive. I will say the backup camera could be something that Audi could improve on. It seems a little grainy. You know, I've seen that other manufacturers are certainly offering a more crisp camera view. How do I get the... what was that? Clean rear view camera. So I guess there's a nozzle that will spray and clean. Trying to find a parking spot, couldn't find it, so I guess we will have to park the car ourselves. Have those sensors, and then park is just a little toggle on the side here. We do have an electronic parking brake as well. I just want to finish going through the main menu. So it looks like this is a driver's assistance button, maximum, basic, or you can go through an individualized distance warning, Audi pre-sense for pre-collision, side assist, which is blind spot monitoring, and exit warning can all be turned on or turned off. It is interesting though, because you know, some other manufacturers allow you to do levels of each one, where this one is for Audi is just simply on or off. We're in lights. There's parking aid. So it looks like parking aid. It doesn't look like this one actually has the self-parking feature. It's just for the sensors. Driver assistance, we were just in there. Settings and service. Hold assistance. So I like how the automatic brake hold is in there. Couldn't find that in a lot of other Audis that I was driving. Wiper change position. What is that? What does that even do? So, oh, so I guess when you need to change the wipers, you just have to come into the settings there to get those wipers changed. So it looks like when you spray, it's not on the wiper blade itself, it's just tucked under the hood. Automatic lights, fog lights, or all weather lights as they call them now. All right, well that is it with our test drive, but I was just thinking, why don't we take a look? I see a hood release button. On the electric cars, I always find it interesting to see, hey, what do they have underneath the hood when it's electric, when there's not going to be any gas engine? So let's see, pop that toggle. It looks like just a big plastic cover tray. Oh, there's actually a tray up here with the charging cable for it. So that is interesting. See, there's a tiny frunk. So the Audi Q8 has a tiny frunk on it. So that is very interesting to know. And then you can just tuck your temporary portable charging cable if you want to get the wall box from Audi to have that in at home. And then this one can charge either way. Looks like this is a flex adapter that will plug in, so you can either do the level 1 or the level 2 charging. Huh, that's interesting. I know with, at least with BMW, there's no frunk, and there's just a big giant plastic cover over everything. So it's interesting how Audi has kind of maximized that space there. So yeah, good on Audi for maximizing that. All right, that's my video, guys. Once again, thank you to Audi Queensway for letting me test drive the Q8 E-Tron. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.